everyone. I think we're up and going and live. Wait for what just happened on this. We are currently at Brule, Nebraska. Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. John McKinney here, storm chaser out of Nebraska. Going to try to bring you a storm chase this evening. I a little bit underestimated, maybe quite a bit underestimated. I thought storms would have things firing a little bit closer, but as it turned out, things are a little further away than I anticipated. So, but we're gonna keep pushing on. Hope everyone's having a good day today. I know there's a lot of people who are down about things, and I'm not going to get into all the things, but prayers go out to our country and our world for peace and grace for everyone. So we're just going to try to bring a chase today and hopefully have a good time. Hopefully you're having a good time and a good day. Let's see, I'm going to give you a look at what we're looking at and where we're at. So we're over here by this blue dot, and as I zoom in here, you can see the town. Not that town. Brule. Let's try to zoom in on it. Focus on it. Will it focus? There it is, sorta. You can sort of see it. So that's where we're at. And we've got a storm clear out here south of Pine Bluffs. And what direction it's going, can't really confirm that. Looks like it's moving this way, so we'll just see if it holds together. So I'm just going to plan on taking Interstate 80, getting out there and engaging on the storm. So let's get rolling right now. So we're going to roll back behind this gas station. Not a lot out here, as you can see. Here's the Conoco station at this exit. And then here's our sign, tells us Sydney is 58 miles to our east. So we're just going to keep rolling. See if we can get out here on this storm. You can see the anvil of the storm. It's been going for quite a while, and so this anvil's it's up in the atmosphere, and it has been, the atmosphere's carrying it out this way. Rather warm here, not too warm. It's actually cooled down a little bit since we maybe climbed a little bit in elevation, but 79 degrees on the vehicle right now. we're almost to the divide to where we either need to take Interstate 72 toward Denver or take Interstate 80 towards Cheyenne, Wyoming. Well, we're going to take 80 towards Cheyenne and see what happens. Now, the models indicate more action on these storms as the night progresses and as they move east. So we are anticipating that. Therefore, we are going to keep pressing west. Get on these storms. So today's Thursday. I realize that I'm going to be competing against the football game tonight. The big game planned tonight between the Packers and the Commanders. And I have no idea how that's going to go, but I'm thinking maybe the Packers are going to pull this one off, but I excuse me, don't follow either team very closely. I don't really follow football very closely, but also I have been excuse me, I gotta clear my throat out here. Excuse me. I have been given an invitation, which I have accepted, to go to the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles game in Kansas City Arrowhead Stadium. And so I've accepted. Someone called me up today and said, hey, I got an extra ticket. It's on Sunday. Wanted to know if I would like to go. I had to make a few arrangements in order to do that, but I seem to have cleared the way for that. So I'll be at the game. So look very close if you watch the game between the Eagles and the Chiefs. Look very closely into the stands and see if you can find me. I'll just be waving the entire game, you know. Maybe they'll get the camera on me. Oh, I see. It's kind of late where you're at. Yeah. So I'll try to wave to you, but that's my plan. I'm planning to go to the game. It'll be my first time to ever go to a National Football League game in person, so this will be a first experience for me. And I was told that Arrowhead Stadium is extremely loud. So as long as I don't forget it, I'm planning to bring ear protection to the game. Thank you, Stimpy. Glad you'll be looking for me. Plan to bring ear protection, and I'm gonna try to wear my if I don't chicken out, I'm gonna try to wear my Philadelphia Eagles. If I can find it, my T-shirt and maybe a hat. It's supposed to be hot. They say that name. So that's a little scary, you know, going into rowdy crowd down there with the Chiefs. So, but we'll see how it goes. Welcome in, everybody. I want to let our Storm champions there in green. I want to let you know we got some new emojis in the chat for you to use in the chat. So there's some brand new emojis now in the chat, and we have more under construction. So go ahead and check those emojis out and use them. We'll see if our storm continues and it doesn't die, then we might be in for a pretty good show. I think it's forecast on the models to get stronger as it moves closer to the Nebraska Panhandle and drops a little bit down towards Sterling, maybe. It's forecast to get a little bit stronger. We'll see if that holds. If it dies, then it dies. So. Right now, it's just holding about steady. We'll see if it ramps up a little bit. Also some cumulus down to our south, down kind of parallel with, I think it's Burlington and Goodland, Kansas area, and then south of the Panhandle. You can see it down there kind of popping up here and there. I don't know that that's going to do anything. It has me a little concerned, but so we're just kind of full sending to this western Colorado target at the moment. It's a little bit down there. Let's see, not close to the radar. Well, we can look at the Denver radar. It's actually about parallel with the Nebraska-Kansas border, but there is some cumulus popping up and some little storms popping up down there. Here, that's in relation to this northern one, but that has the special weather statement on it, and then there's the cumulus there. All right, pay attention here. We want to get 80 to Cheyenne. I believe that's the best route to take. It's always kind of weird here because to go right on 80, you have to exit left here. Denver, you go right. But then one goes over the other, and this one then veers off to the right. So a little confusing, but we got it figured out. Everyone's doing well. It's close enough. I mean, it's Thursday night, so it's close enough to Friday. I almost say happy Friday, because if you got your work day in, then if you have one more on Friday, so tomorrow's Friday, and that's usually the day we're looking for when we're on the grind. see a bunch of blue here and here. So I see Paige has popped in. Good to see you. Court the Brave is in here. David Tokar's in. Some Storm Champions. Mason Harris is in here. Andy's in. Darren. Guys, welcome in. So we're still in Nebraska. Climbing up the hill. So now I'm seeing some lightning strikes on radar on our storm. So Angela with the super sticker. That's pretty cool. Thank you very much, Angela, for the super sticker. $5 super sticker. Appreciate that. That helps a lot to support this channel. To be able to chase these storms and continue to bring it. A lot of planning going on behind the scenes right now. A lot of planning going on. And trying to figure out maybe changing vehicles, upgrading some things, who knows. So we got some stuff going on here. We got some interacting boundaries I want to show you. We got some low bit rate too. But some interacting boundaries. I went ahead and animated this. You can see that something, and there's a little bit firing on it. Something firing south. At the same time, there's something that came down from the north and passed through there. So my bit rate so slow. So we got a super chat here. That is awesome. Hey Papa John, may God look over you and keep you Freddie safe tonight. Thank you very much, Nifo. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. W's. By the way, there's some new W's, okay? You Storm Champions. Yeah, I see one. Derek's got the new W. That's one of the new emojis in the chat. So let's go ahead and spam up some W's here for Nifo. For that support. Good stuff there. Wonderful. And Night Watchman with a super sticker. Thank you, Night Watchman. Got the Rock'em Sock'em robots going there. Does anybody ever... Oh, wow. You see, when I was a kid, there was this game, and I played the game when I was a kid, called Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Rock'em Sock'em Robots. So it was a boxing game. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go Google that. Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Hey, Kind Bluey, thank you for the $5 super chat. I'm glad you like the work. And Ray for snacks and drinks, thank you also for the $5 super chat as well. Appreciate that. W's to you guys. Thank you very much. Now the emojis, which are new, I think there's 5 new ones. Were done by a young lady named Iris. I can't remember her last name, unfortunately, but she has some kind of she has skills in, can't think of the word right now. Paige with the $20. Oh my, thank you, W family. Yes, you guys rock. W Page, and I got to meet Paige this summer, and she's becoming quite the storm chaser. She's done some chasing with Mason. They got out a little bit late in the season, and that's what's making it tough. But this is the season that doesn't seem to want to end. And I don't know if tonight will be an example of that, but just what was it? Earlier this week, was it Monday? I can't even remember. I think it was Monday. I went storm chasing with Freddie. We got a tornado down in Oklahoma. I mean, in September. So that was just a few days ago. This year is different than every year is different, but this one is quite a bit different than any other year I've ever seen, because we're still getting storms and tornadoes, and well, we love you too, Paige. And Beth, Sprinkles, Kind Bluey, Jackie, David, Weather Girl is in here with her weather facts. Andy's in. And then Angela. Graphic design, that was what I was trying to get into my brain, but she has skills in graphic design and is working on her portfolio. So I hired her to do some emojis for me, and she's supposed to be making more. Okay, Jason remembers the jingle from Rock'em Sock'em Bots commercials, yeah. That was epic. Diane! May God guide your plans, John. Blessings. Thank you, Diane, very much for that super chat as well. Yeah, just making plans. Seems like they change about every couple days, but looking at potentially some vehicle changes. Just a lot of, it's mostly vehicle changes. Just got a Cash App from Crystal. Crystal, thank you for the Cash App. Appreciate that. W's to Crystal. All that is a big help. And Soulful Giggles sent 10 gifted memberships. Thank you, Soulful. Let's get some W's for Soulful Giggles with the 10 gifted. welcome to Storm Champion, guys. Just in time for the new emojis. And then Paige, member for 14 months. Thank you. Truly a Storm Champion. Wow, you guys rock. So be sure to thank Soulful Giggle. That's, for me, it's hard to say that. Soulful Giggle. Soulful Giggles. It's a cool name. Yeah, and Paige is sporting that. Looks like the silver Storm Champion badge. There's like three different tiers. Wow, you guys are very generous tonight. Thank you very much. It helps a lot. With all that generosity, our storm has now gone to severe warn status. It is now, take off the animation, calling it our storm, but we're just kind of a ways off. Now it is a severe thunderstorm. So, severe thunderstorm. It's just west of Grover, Colorado, south of Carpenter, Pine Bluffs, and Bushnell, Nebraska. It is now a severe thunderstorm. Let's go ahead and see if we can. Looks like it's warned for ping pong ball sized hail, 1.5 inch and 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Lightning is a threat as well. Right now it seems to be more out in the country. It's just north of Raymer, Colorado. Appears to be moving east toward us. Guys, appreciate all this. So we're just going by Chapel, Nebraska. So we're getting closer. So you can see the anvil has filled the sky, and the anvil convection is blowing back east this way. Not really cooling things off, though. It's actually, the temperature's up. It's 83 degrees right here now. So we still got some good heating in place, and it looks like the lightning has ramped up on this storm quite a bit since I first started watching it. Look at the lightning on that. Lightning strikes in the last 5 minutes. So we definitely want to get up there and check that out. Let's see also. They moved a few things around here so Radar Omega had an update that went into effect, and so let's see, that's how you do the dual pane. Things look just a little bit different. So here's our velocities. Nothing too amazing. And Paige just sent 20 gifted memberships. Paige. Big W's to Paige for the 20 gifted. Welcome to Storm Champion. Guys, welcome in. Thank you. Get some W's out there and thank yous out there to Paige for the 20 gifted members. Even Storm Chaser Shannon Jocelyn got a membership. Oh no, what? Another 20 gifted. Are you Paige? Gifted another 20 members. What is going on? Paige is in the gifting mood tonight. Guys, this is a big deal. Yeah, super W's to Paige. Welcome in, Storm Champions. Be sure to thank Paige and Soulful Giggles for the new membership. Double W Paige, yes. Double W. By the way, one of the new emojis that I'm really proud of is the new coffee cup. While I'm talking about it, I'm going to pour a little bit of coffee here into my cup. But my coffee cup doesn't look anything like. Favorite board game as a kid? And no, Storm... What? Storm Chaser. Mason Harris sent 50 gifted memberships. I'm speechless. Guys, I'm speechless. That's 50 gifted memberships, guys. It's going to take a while for all those to pop in. You guys are awesome. It's Paige and Mason there. They're going to be a force in the storm. There already are a force in the storm chasing community. W's to Mason, and Mason Harris is a storm chaser currently out of Colorado. I say currently because I don't know if he's going to move somewhere, and he has a YouTube channel and he streams on storms. Matter of fact, I was watching him just within the last week out chasing. So he's got a channel. Be sure to head over there, give him a subscribe. And he's really coming on as seeming to be a very knowledgeable storm chaser. I think he's going to pass a lot of us up. But yeah, thank you very much, Mason, for the support to this channel and for gifting everyone today. And speaking, yeah, just let's give some thank yous, some W's out there. So welcome to Storm Champion. So what comes with your membership is, for one, I'll do some special streams once in a while, do some special videos when I get around to posting some, and then you have special emojis. Your emojis are over to the right, and got some new ones in, so be sure to check all that out. And just thank you for the support. So somebody asked me what was my favorite board game when I was a kid. Well, it was actually later. It wasn't so much when I was a kid. we played Monopoly and things like that. But I really enjoyed playing the game of Risk. When I was, in my late teens, when Risk came out, we'd get about four or five of us guys together and we'd play Risk. And, that was a lot of fun. So our storm is kind of cycling in and out. At the moment, it's a little bit out, but looking at it, it seems like it's still there. I'm just going to see what becomes of it. Low, see that? Low battery. That means I need to plug it in. So let's find the cord. Okay. That's the cord for this. Might as well plug that in. Yeah, I wish I had, actually everything's low. That's extremely low. So let's do that. Phone is showing low battery as well. Everything's low battery. I haven't been paying attention to charging. So I decided to get out and chase today. I kind of looked at it last night, didn't really know, got up this morning and said, you know what, I think I can chase this. At the moment, it's about a 6-hour push, and I think I've knocked down maybe 5 plus. Appreciate everybody who's joined in tonight, and just hope this is a good evening for y'all. So you can you see this cloud? You see some kind of striations, sort of some stuff like it looks like it's coming into the clouds. So look over here on the radar, you can see that on the reflectivity, the oranges, how it looks like it's kind of curling in some inflow there. The velocities, maybe a little bit of rotation associated with this. So a little bit of upper level rotation on this storm. At the moment, you can kind of see it playing out, looking out window, and then you can see the Amadas forming as we're getting closer. Phase 10 is a very fun card game, okay? There you go. Chutes and ladders. Oh, Weather Girl, that was hers. That was me. Candyland, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, Risk was kind of it's more of a war game. I remember playing a little bit of Battleship. boats. Seemed like I never did very well at that, though. You know, just basically some, I think, a pretty cool structure here. We're rolling to just what's going on in the upper atmosphere. It's like on the forward flank part of things, we've got the Amadas. Either that, or that's just north of the forward flank, and then you can kind of see the stuff to the left kind of curving in to the storm. But at the moment, it is severe warned, but it's not looking super strong. So Kathy, a member for 3 months as a storm champion. I appreciate that. Very much appreciate that. Soulful Giggles with the $50 50 bomb. Thank you very much. Soulful Giggles. Let's give her some W's. And don't forget, we got the new storm champions. We got the new golden W's. Win-win-win column. We got that going in the chat. But W's to Soulful Giggles and Paige and Mason. Everyone else there with those gifts. Man, thank you. Yeah, I'm about to get over here before I get past. Get around XPO. Patrick. Yeah, we'll see if my spotter is showing up here. So I'll pull in behind this guy for a minute. Kathy with the $20 super chat. Wow. Kathy Pestelino. Wow, thank you for that. That's a big help to this channel. We're definitely trying to make a go at it, and it's late season. Look at the Mamadas up here, guys. It's kind of elongated, some of it, but it's definitely pretty cool. So W's to Kathy and Soulful Giggles. Thank you very much. Your stepdad's company is which one? Is it Sunview or XPO? Songbirds Creations, Crockett and more, yeah. Wow, you guys rock tonight. Patrick, I'll be seeing you tomorrow, so I'll be seeing you tomorrow. And I believe it's around 6 p.m. Central, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll be down there early. XPO. I see. XPO does a lot of, I forget the term. Wow, why would I forget the terms for that? So I drove a truck for a little while. I tried it out. Met Matter of fact, just this week, this week, or was it Friday? I renewed my CDL for another 5 years. So I have my commercial driver's license. And I have endorsements. I have a motorcycle endorsement. I have doubles and triples endorsement. And I have tanker endorsement. But I let my hazardous materials endorsement, I let that go. For one, I never used it before, but it's quite a hassle to continue it. In order to continue it, I'd have to go to another town, get fingerprinted, pay a decent price to keep the certification. Plus, you got to give all kinds of extra documentation and all this stuff. And I just said, nah, I'm just gonna let that one go. So I do not have hazardous anymore. Let's see here. We're about half a tank. Should I stop here? Why don't we stop here at Love's? And get some fuel. Sydney. I guess this is Sydney, Nebraska, maybe. I'm going to go on up to Love's. This vehicle will come. Looks like the fuel is quite a bit cheaper than what I got it earlier. So if it's $2.72 a gallon, so with the Love's app you get 10 cents off a gallon. So you should be able to get it for $2.62. If I pull forward, you guys can get a shot. You guys will get to check out the Modus. But I'm going to get you out of the car for a minute. Kind of. Let's see how this works a little bit. Low bit rate. I don't know if it's because I'm under. Oh, I probably cut the boost. Okay, so this is how this works. Look at that, there's a hail dent on the gas. Imagine that. So what you do, first of all, you do that. Okay. Then it's going to ask you, it's going to hit cancel for credit. now it asks you to put in your phone number. You might have been able to, then you hit OK. Now watch, it might change from 272. It did. From 272 to 262.9. So then you do this. And you're like, which one? I think I'll go with this one. Then you fire this up. Make sure it's going. Looks like it is. Car's looking. Do a little inspection. Do a pre-trip inspection here. That's what you have to do when you're a truck driver. I probably should be checking my lights because it seems like every other storm chase I've got a bulb out. And a matter of fact, the bulb that I have in there now I don't think matches. Okay, that light's on. That light's on. Close enough.
Customer 28. Your shower is ready. Please proceed to shower 2.
There's the Mamadas. Look at the Mamadas, guys. What do you think of that? That's for real. Okay, now they're severe warning it up toward Nebraska. Okay, make sure I didn't miss something here. No. Okay, be right back. We're back. Okay, let's get back.
Testing.
So, our storm is still severe warned. Now it's moving back up into Nebraska, looks like. So they severe warned it north. See, we're getting close. So let's get over there. What do we got here? Horizon. I didn't wash the windshield, but oh well. We're going anyway. Wow, looks like maybe a storm going up down a little bit.
Okay, alert.
A little bit down in down to our south. I see a tower going up. Things are looking. Better check the focus because now with some bugs on the windshield that I didn't clean off. Cabela's used to be the headquarters of Cabela's, and they moved out, which was a big blow to the people in this area who had jobs there, but huge facility. They just moved out, just went somewhere else. So, I mean, if their business, they can move wherever they want, but still. Got a big building there that just kind of sits empty, as far as I can tell anyway. So you can see our storm off in the distance. Actually getting a lot closer. Still 79 degrees. Glad you guys joined in. Glad to hang out with you guys, chase with you guys. Appreciate all those gifted memberships and super chats and stickers. That stuff's very helpful. Puts gas in the tank and food on the table, so appreciate that. Welcome to Storm Champion Grifter. Grifter, become a Storm Champion. Welcome in, my man. W Grifter. exit for Sydney. I'm just going to pull over. I got some vehicles behind me that are running a little quicker. And I'm running a little bit slower, so I need to let them get around and then I'll get going. Wow, and our storm over there is looking a little nicer. Based, but definitely nice looking storm. Appreciate everybody joining. Be sure to give the stream a like. And I'd appreciate if you would subscribe for future content. Because we do a lot of chasing here. And also connected with my son, Freddie McKinney, who chases a lot. Kind of give you a look at that. That's where we're headed. We're currently going a little bit north. The interstate tracks a little bit north, but then it kind of levels off, and it looks like our storm is, the way they've put the warning on it is, I'm on the wrong radar here. What? I just wasn't even seeing it correctly. It was on the Denver radar. Okay, now I'm on the right. I'm on the Cheyenne radar now, and here's our storm. You see it's tracking up toward Interstate 80. And then there's my location just past Sydney. This is what it looks like on reflectivity. Then it kind of looks like something's firing over there under the anvil, but you can't, I don't know what's going on there. That looks kind of impressive. But it's not really showing up on the radar. Paige? Okay, I guess Paige and Mason are in some kind of competition. Paige sent another 20 gifted memberships. Wow, Paige. Wow, thank you. Welcome to Storm Champion, guys. Be sure to thank Paige and give her a big W. Big W. Now I see Sonia's in here. And Debbie. Wow, W guys. Man, welcome to Storm Champion. You guys are now official storm champions. Might be the first time ever for you. So give Paige many thanks for that. Appreciate the support. So we're getting, let's go ahead and animate this, see where the storm's going. You can see the storm is drifting toward us. It's a high plains drifter. Mason. What is going on? Mason with the 50 gifted. All right, let's give a big W and a laugh out loud for Storm Chaser Mason Harris. My phone is glitching trying to get all the new members. So wow, I don't know. Mason's he's tough to beat. Man, that's impressive. So there's like, I don't even know how many new members tonight. You guys. This Paige and Mason, they're amazing people, and I know them personally. I've met them personally. Paige is north of the border and Mason is south of the border, so don't even know what to say. You guys rock. Thank you very much. Welcome to Storm Champion, guys. Don't forget, you've got new emojis. You got special emojis that you can use, especially the W's. There's a W, there's an L, there's a coffee cup that's new, tornado warning cup emoji, and I got the severe thunderstorm emoji on the way. Crazy. And there's another, oh shit. What? I don't know if it'll allow you to do that, guys. Paige said 50. Okay. I think Paige is now on top, but thank you. Oh my lands, Paige, come on. I'm just, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Guys, look at our storm. Thank you, Paige, for the 50 gifted. Wow. W's to Paige, W's to Mason, W's to Paige, W's to Paige, W's to Mason, and then W's to Slothful Giggles, and W's to everyone else that gave super chats tonight. See, Mason gave 2 50s, Paige gave a couple 50s. I don't even know, but look. Look at that storm, man. She is. Look at that. What do you think of that, guys? It's starting to look pretty sweet. People receiving gifted memberships, man. That's really cool. So we're out here bringing this to you live. Storm of the hour. There is a storm up in South Dakota. We have a storm right here. It's a membership war. Yeah, it kind of seems like that. Sonya's in here, Leticia, God Struggler, all those great names, Toil and Trouble, Darren Gales, Cherie, man alive, guys. And Almodalid. I'm sorry for not saying her. Al-Mabdalit, maybe. Welcome in. Oh, gee. Storm Chaser. You better be careful. You better be careful, Mason. Better have that new job. Gosh. Whoa, Mason Harris with the 50 gifted members. What is even happening? Is there even that many people in the chat that don't already have a membership? Guys. Okay, Paige. I think Paige, hopefully, she's ready to submit. Wow. Welcome to Storm Champion, guys. If you're looking to get a membership, you hit the right night. You definitely hit the right. Look at the greens across the top of the chat there. Wow, wowzer. I don't know if you're seeing it, but I'm seeing some blues up in there on this storm. By the way, I better look, because it looks almost like I'm starting to drive past the thing. Yeah. So I think we're going to take... What should we do? Should we take the next exit, maybe? Go one more. What should we do? Take the next exit. thank you, Paige and Mason, for that support. That's awesome. That is truly awesome. Page sent 20 gifted memberships. Okay. All right, Paige. I think you've leveled it up. Thank you. Guys, give a W to Paige and a thank you for that gifted membership. Wow. That's really kind, really cool. You know what? I think I just drove by the. No, I didn't. The exit's up here. There's our storm. There's the structure underneath of it. I think it's cycling at the moment. I think this is the craziest membership chase I've ever been on. So that really by the way, that it benefits you, but also benefits me, and I appreciate that very much. We're storm chasing as we're ramping up for an all-out assault for the next couple of years. Going after them. Going after these storms. This one kind of punches up into the cloud. See that right there? How it kind of punching up into the top of the cloud there. Thought there was going to be an exit, but there was not. So we're just going to have to keep driving until we find an exit. Then we're going to punch down into the storm. Fully zoomed out at the moment, so that's what our storm looks like. Will we get a spout out of this thing? I think that's probably so. There is a low-end tornado threat, low-end possibility. It's a non-zero. But I think we could potentially get a land spout out of this. Got some really cool structure. So we got, okay, here's an exit. Dix, D-I-X. D-I-X, Dix. down in Nebraska. It's got some rotation on it. It's just a little storm, but wow, it's kind of like the look of that with the bird wings and everything. So is there an exit here? That is the question. Yes, there's an exit. Okay, now. So we're gonna go this way. Go out here. Observe. We're going to observe it. So, is there behind me page with 20 gifted memberships? Wow. Page. Did the button stick? Actually, some kind of a page. Thank you for the gifted members. Look at this road, guys. What do you think? Wow, thank you very much, Paige, and welcome to Storm Champion, guys. Welcome in. Don't forget about the new emojis. You get special emojis. All right, let's take a little break here. Let's step out and see what's going on. Well, here's our storm. At least what's left of it at the moment. Watch little spinny things. How about Mamatus? Even the Mamatus looks a little funky. So what's going on? What's going on over there? I don't know. Something's going on back over there. Still doesn't show up. At least it hasn't been showing up on radar very well. So we'll keep an eye on this. See what it's going to do. So this is that little storm down in Nebraska that I think is kind of cool because of the shape of it. With a little bit of rotation on it. But that's off with the Goodland radar. Couple little cells firing off down there. Don't know if they'll amount to anything. And then up here, you know what? That must be the storm we're seeing up in the Panhandle. That's what we're seeing up there. Look at that storm right there. Where is this? That's up by Harrison and Crawford. So it's tracking towards Crawford, Nebraska, and Whitney and Chadron, or Shadron. That's the storm up north. Now ours down here has been reduced to a special weather statement, but it's got a little rotation on it, so we'll see if it'll reform. This one up here is definitely the storm of the hour. Got a couple things firing down to our south. Just lock the focus there for right now. Kathy Parsons, welcome to Storm Champion. Welcome in, Kathy. Thanks for joining, becoming a member. See Melanie McKinney. Melanie McKinney's in the chat. What do you think of John's new emojis? Yes, Paige, I think you finally got the upper hand, so good job, and W's to you, and please take a breather. Yes, you got the special emojis, the golden W's and the red L, the Mod Squad, the coffee cup. That's a brand new one. So we all, well, not we all, but a lot of us like coffee. We got a little structure out here. We got a little structure. We got a little soft outflow, little cool outflow. We got some structure with the sun. Did you hear that, guys? It was thunder. Now, if this was a whole lot lower and underneath the wall cloud, you'd say, oh wow, look at that, you know, that's what you would be saying. But and then over here it kind of looks like a sort of a mezzo look. I'm trying to see things here. up in the handle, goes clear out a couple 100 miles out to the east. And then that storm up in the Panhandle, if that would have been the target, that might have been doable, but it's up there. I think this one it has some amazing colors, but it's as far as severe, it's not quite getting the job done. While we have a break in the action, I'm gonna get out and grab some stuff and clean off the windshield. Can hear the thunder, but must be cloud to cloud. And so I think our storm is about gone. Or it is gone, but the question is, if it moves a little bit west, will it come alive? You have fire ants. Okay, yeah, those things, you don't want to mess with them. Okay. Braden. Yep, I would agree with that. I would agree with that, Braden. The Booze Travelers in here. Good to see you. Tornado Chaser 0666 CPM. And Darian. Kim RFC. Okay, Amber, you got stung. Yeah. It's part of being outside in the elements. I see Bear Nun. Yeah, Melanie, you better get back to work. You got work to do. Tammy, I appreciate you lurking. Appreciate that. Rad Production says yawn. Now we got the favorite book thing going here. Charlotte's Web, The Lion and the Witch, and Wardrobe, Goosebumps, and The Babysit. Problem is, I wasn't much of a reader when I was a kid. I was more of a picture guy. Okay, let's see. Let's lock the focus. I think we're gonna have to go back to interstate and kind of roll with this thing a little bit. Even though there's not a lot to roll with, but sometimes you got to have that never say die attitude. Oh man. I might have killed the storm, guys. I might have killed it. Matter of fact, it's dying, but we'll see if it decides to come back. to life. There's a smidgen. There's a smidgen left. Okay. I do mean a smidgen. I think our only hope is to roll a little bit west and see if this thing is going to do anything, because obviously to get up north, how far up north is that? We'll look at what we'll look at is see how far away the severe storm is up in the northern panhandle. It's about 90 miles to our north. And it's tracking away. So that probably will not work today. That would have been a good storm to target. I think we can start rolling east and see if the storm down by Imperial, Nebraska can get going. Otherwise, we might be cooked. Might be cooked. South of the interstate, but it seems like it's more north visually, but now the question I have is, you know what? Kind of threw me off because I'm actually on mountain time right now. It says it's 6:19 and I'm pretty sure that's mountain time. Central time it's 7:20, which means I'll bet that game between the Packers the Commanders is about to start, if it hasn't started already. Wow. So what has happened with our storm is it went outflow dominant, and you can see it's all that green is even there, we even lost what yellow we had. But the storm has lost its energy. And that's a good illustration of it. Question, now what? By the time I would get up there to those severe warns, it would be very dark. But what do we have down to our south? South has given us a little bit of hope. We got this storm down south of Imperial, Nebraska still. A little storm down there, but at least it's got a little bit of rotation on it, even though it's little. East, if that one continues to grow and track north, we might have a shot at getting it. But I think the day's about done, guys. It was an epic gifted members battle though tonight. Man, fierce. It's a fierce battle. Okay, our turn. Temperature dropped. Not a lot, but it's down to 74 here. Let's go ahead and cut the AC off a little bit. Okay, so if you are, let's get a little bit of interaction. If you are into football, which probably maybe over half of you are not, but if you are, who do you think is going to win, the Green Bay Packers or the Washington Commanders tonight on the game? Type 1 if you think it's going to be the Green Bay Packers, and type 2 if you think it's going to be the Washington Commanders. And then maybe just type 0 if you could care less. So, all right, that's your assignment for the next 30 seconds. But don't use too much brain power on this. Just, I mean, it's really not worth it. Don't waste any brain cells over it. Just chat. Oh, they're already typing. Oh, wow. Whoa, almost ran into the barrels there and I saw all the ones. Wow, what in the world? Almost ran into the barrels because of all the ones. There's a 2. I see a couple 2s. Okay. I guess the Commanders aren't getting much love on this. You know, I actually picked the Packers too. And then we got a 0. I get that. A couple 0s. Yeah, I think Rutgers added that defensive end. From the Cowboys. Now says Boost Traveler. Okay. And it's 75 here at the moment. Kind of starting to drop down in elevation again. We were up there for a little bit. We're in Nebraska. But you typically don't think of Nebraska as having much elevation-wise, but we're in Nebraska right now, and it's 4,370 feet of elevation, and we've come down some. Potter, Nebraska, 4,000. Now it says 4,360. Just dropped another 10 feet. So where I live in Nebraska, it's about 1,500 to 1,600 feet, right around there of elevation. Out here right now, it's at 4,300 feet. Patrick says I'm basically in Wyoming. Yep. Yeah, the panhandle of Nebraska. You don't, I mean, it's like another state or something. Jody's watching Nebraska women's soccer, and they're losing at the moment. Okay. How far west I planning to go? I'm done going west. I'm currently going east now, Patrick. Already went west. I went west. Oh. Hey, our Imperial storm. I think it's going to drop. Our Imperial storm picked up a special weather statement now down here. So it's got a special weather statement on it. We are still keeping an eye on things, and that dang wiper, I'm going to have to get rid of that wiper because it leaves that line. Very irritating. It leaves that line in the windshield. Let's see if we can somehow erase that line. Phasing it, I think it's just making it worse. So what we can do is move the mount of the camera so you don't have to look at that irritating line. I think see if that helps. Freddie has got into the action with a 50 bomb gifted, 50 gifted members. That's Freddie McKinney. He's a little late to the game, but I don't think he has any chance of catching up to Paige and Mason, but we still appreciate it. Thank you very much, Freddie McKinney, Storm Chaser Freddie McKinney. Welcome in, new Storm champions. By the way, and we appreciate that very much, Freddie. W's to Freddie. I'm going to show you the new. See, there's also Freddie McKinney emoji. You now have access to the new emojis, and there's a Freddie McKinney emoji in the chat. So let's spam up some Freddie McKinney emojis. Thank you for the 50 gifted. I guess I'm gonna have to get a Paige emoji and a Mason emoji and a cactus emoji. Well, actually, I am working on a cactus emoji. Forgot about that. I was supposed to be working on a cactus emoji. Anyway. Thank you, Freddie, and welcome in, new Storm champions. You didn't get a weather alert from 10/11. That's pretty funny. I like that one. There we go. There's Freddie in the chat. And by the way, you can have more than 4 emojis at a time. So that's 22K subs. Hey! Thanks for that notification, Grifter. Appreciate that. Thank you, all you new subscribers and new Storm champions. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. We're definitely going in this a little deeper, storm chasing. Patrick emoji, no. Not a pile of destroyed Subarus. No, the Patrick emoji. The Patrick emoji would be a very unique one. It would be the never say die attitude. Look at Freddie. So Freddie's showing you how it's done. Paige, you need to delete Freddie's comment. So no, that's good. Just kidding. W to you guys. You're the subscribers. So W's go to W's go to all the cool cats out there. Releasing an India video game tomorrow. Wow. 4 years of work, it's finally out of beta. An India game. Now is that, or an indie? Indie. I'm sorry, I thought it said India. Indie game. Video game. Wow. Good job, Patrick. I'd like to see that. And you can go ahead and toot your own horn a little bit, so that's good. But back in my first year of uni, I actually met 2 soccer players in my school. Both were exchange students, one from Norway and one from Denmark. It was pretty cool. All right, AJ, that is pretty cool. Yeah, congratulations, Patrick, on finishing that work. It's okay, Freddie's okay. He gets a hall pass. By the way, don't think that Freddie's just sitting around idle. He's stirring the pot at home, and he's adding some seasoning, and he's working on some videos, and he's working with some partners maybe, and just he's got some things going on, so he's trying to figure out next steps. Here's something amazing in Nebraska, and that's this butte right there. Get you a low bit rate, of course, but right there. Several of those actually around here. The landscape here is a little bit on the cool side for Nebraska. A little break from all the corn and soybeans and hills in Nebraska, but we're basically following the North Platte, sort of. But we're making a few detours here and there, so. So wait a second. What court say? Mason, oof, put right in the doghouse. So did something happened to Mason? Just now coming back from a 30-minute ban, courtesy of Paige. Oh, my lands. Wow. Paige. So maybe that's why Paige won the competition. Gee. Wow, Paige, that's a different kind of friendship there. Hi, Teaching Calm. Good to see you. It's been a while. Welcome in. Sakuna, Katrina, Lynn. Welcome in, guys. Roadster Jim, AJ, Epic Ollie, Shelly, Freddie, full-time storm spotter. Yes. Thank you, Freddie, for the membership. Darren Plain, Omni Black, Sonia, Court the Brave and Paige and baby Tarbosaurus something. Your name's too long. I'll just go with Baby Tar. How we doing fuel? We're doing good. How we doing? I haven't even been looking at the storm is dead, but modest some is still around. Still some sky. There's a little something. Some stuff kind of popping off down there to the south. Otherwise, we'll call it the Imperial Storm is just kind of there. Moving north. This is kind of turning into more of a road trip. All right, let's go ahead and sorry, guy, we don't do that kind of language here, just so you know. My family. Go. Let's see. Yeah, we needed a good stream tonight. Fenster. Okay. Yeah, we'll get you some cheese, some onions, some eggs, and some salsa. Let's see if we can see something down here on this. There's a little, now there's a hill. Sorry, that's going to look a little strange until we get back on the storm. We're coming out of the hill. That's about the best we can do at the moment. So can anybody give me an update on the score? Making breakfast burritos, yeah. Shelly likes the road trip. We're talking about food, yes. Yeah. This is not exactly what we came for, but this is what we get. Matter of fact, they have dropped. Breaking news. They have dropped some of the severe warnings of the storms up north. Good thing I didn't go because the Crawford storm looks like 5 times weaker. But now the storm in South Dakota. Severe thunderstorm heading for Delrich's. Or Dietrich. Dietrich's. I don't know, Dietrich's something. Let me show you what I'm talking about. That's in South Dakota, just over the border. Heading north right now with a small but very strong hail core. Let's see what the storm is. Come on, guys, give us. It's not gonna let me click on it. Yeah, we're talking. Yeah, it just says. I think it's probably gonna get updated, but it says 1.5 inch ping pong ball size hail, 60 mile per hour wind gusts. I saw a funny short today on YouTube. Max Velocity was trying to say something or pronounce something. It was pretty funny. I don't know if he posted that or somebody else posted it. But I didn't feel so bad after hearing that. Just absolutely beautiful road here. I want to give some W's to the Nebraska Department of Roads for this section of interstate. It's just wonderful. And that would be right around Sunol. I don't know how you say that either. Nebraska. Tired of me yapping yet? Let's see. I think everything's just dying. Everything's just kind of going weak. So this is the down by Imperial. That's all clustering out and dying, and that's the other storm, and it's a storm, but it's not a little cluster of storms there. Thing up north is gone. South Dakota. So what we have here is the leftovers anvil from our storm that basically decided to quit right when I got there. that Imperial. Starting to get closer to the Imperial storm. Storm. It has one lightning bolt. Oh, Page. Another 20 gifted memberships. Wow, what Page? Eli Noyd got a gifted membership. Welcome to Storm Champion, Eli. Karen got one. Joy Shepherd got one. Top Fan got one. Daryl W's. T3 got one. Ultra Raider got one. Welcome in, new members, and wow, guys, you Paige, what is going on here? What is going on tonight? Thank you, Paige. Man, that's just crazy. That is just absolutely crazy. So will we? Yes. Yes, Randy. You're welcome for a page. So Paige has gone berserk tonight on the gifted memberships. So is Mason, but I think Paige is off the charts. So the question is, will Paige be storm chasing next year? Will she be storm chasing next year? Levi. Hope everything's okay with your uncle in Chicago, and right now for my uncle had an open heart surgery. Okay, well, Levi, I really hope that surgery is a huge benefit to your uncle. Huge benefit. I appreciate all the support tonight, man. Big encouragement. Honestly, I was having a few struggles today, but man, you guys just really lifted my day. And there's a little bit of a Piles cap on top of the storm actually out here. This little thing. Of this storm. See if I can get you. Christopher, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you for the super sticker there, guy. Appreciate that very much. Yeah, very appropriate. W. Christopher. W, guys. Don't forget the new emojis. I'm pretty excited about my new emojis. So where am I? Why is my spotter not showing up right now on the radar app? Let's just close it down and let's close that down. Let's open it back up. My location not showing up on Radar Omega. It's because I don't have the button pushed. So we're coming up on Chapel, the exit for Chapel, Nebraska. And then the next place would be Big Springs. In between there, we'll be going north of Julesburg, which was my original target, but nothing in Julesburg. The exit from Chapel. Wow. Choose between a caramel like tea or a fruit punch like tea. I'm sick a little. I don't know which to drink. I probably would go for the fruit punch like tea. If it was me. Levi, appreciate that comment. Appreciate that. Yeah, it is pretty chill. But now we got this storm right in front of me. What in the world is what? All right, let's lock in the focus. I don't know if it's a storm, but it's definitely a nice looking little updraft over here. It's kind of a beautiful. That's just that direction. Paige with the $10 super chat. My lands, Paige. One more thing. I was so grateful to meet you and the family in person. I pray I can see you all again soon. You will. It was a real blessing to meet you too, Paige. And it was a real blessing. Since then, just so you know, yesterday I did a major cleaning on the garage. So much to the extent that Melanie parked her car in the garage last night. And that was my project yesterday. Got the line back in the camera, but kind of looking at this under the anvil storm. But yeah, hope to meet all you guys. Love to meet all you guys sometime. So I'm hoping that next year I will be more free to travel without the pressure of having to be somewhere. You know, like drive all night to be back for something, whatever. And that'll allow me to meet and greet more people. Because I love meeting people. This is our little, after it's done, consolation. Yeah, Bob. It's more like Bob does not know where to hide now as well, because we've got, we've had a little upgrade. Now we have a second dog for the time being. And the dog's name is Nisus. Dog's name is Nisus. Nola's pretty chill with the two cats, but Nisus has an absolute infatuation with Bobby. So Bobby is like overwhelmed at times, and then sometimes it excites Nola, and so now we got Nola and Nisus, but mostly Nisus. I mean, they don't beat up Bob, but they scuffle him a little bit. Even sometimes Nola goes over and picks her up with her mouth, by her skin, and carries her around. Oh man, Bob's tough kitten though. He takes it, doesn't like it at times, but then he comes back for more. So we got this over here. That's pretty cool. There's weird stuff in the sky. Storm Prediction Center just upgraded to day 1. It's a big marginal for every. Big marginal for the day 1. There's the new day 1. So case case you haven't figured this out, I'm essentially got this ship pointed toward the house, which is a good 4 hours out still, I'm imagining. There's the sign for Julesburg, so it's going to be more than 4 hours back at this point. And I'm not planning to spend the night out here on the road. You see this? Just think that cloud formations. Pretty cool up there, the way it's wrapping around something. Tomorrow's Friday, guys. At least on this side of the globe, it's tomorrow's Friday. So happy early Friday to everyone. Let's see. What happened to... So now we got GPS tracking on the dogs and something. One of them escaped. We're gonna investigate this. Trouble for showing you this, but see that? See, we got GPS, and the dogs are on GPS, so it's the only way you can keep track of them. We're high tech. We are high tech. And you get notifications now. You know, I get notifications for everything. Now I get notification. I get a notification if a dog leaves the dog fence, which is good because it usually goes down to the neighbors, and the neighbors don't really like it. So I wouldn't think. You're a few hundred miles away. Not much you can do about it. Okay, that was the marginal. Back to the chat. Good, David. So what part of the world are you in again, David? So there's Brittany. I wish there was high-tech stuff years ago. You own a Siberian Husky, they could be tells you exactly where they are. I can tell if they're on the front of the house or on the back of the house. Wow, there's the exit for Julesburg and Big Springs. I'm a little bit I wish I was a little bit, well, actually not past Julesburg, so probably I'll find a good spot to stop, and then some point here we'll go ahead and probably best to end the stream, but it's sometimes good to let you guys just hang in there and chat for a little bit and continue to connect. Milk bones for dog. Oh, thank you. Honestly, we go through the I give out lots of milk bones just for whatever. That's much appreciated. That is, yeah, W Lizzie. That's thank you for contributing to the Milk Bone Fund, because so Nola is basically mostly a Labrador Retriever, and Nisus is a giant poodle. It's, oh my lands. So Nisus is my oldest son's dog, and we're just taking care of it for right now. So. Partially explains why I don't get a lot of things done. So. But I was fortunate the way I worked it all out today to break away and get out here and chase tonight. Everybody's doing well too. I mean, this is also, 9/11 day, so remember that tragic day. But prayers for healing and for grace. good station. So we missed that exit, so we're going to roll on. Roll on a little bit further. We're past the divide. Let's see, what's the next legitimate town? Ogallala is where we will shoot for to stop. Ogallala, that's about, that was probably a sign for it there. It's about 20 miles away. Plugged in. Let's plug that in to this cord. Wow, my phone was down to 3%. Almost didn't catch that. By the way, 9/11, so, you know, you think about where you were on 9/11. I was, we were actually living in Japan. We lived 3 years in Japan. We were living in Japan when 9/11 happened. It was pretty strange because we were actually locked out of our country. You couldn't, there was no way to go back even if you wanted to, because all the airline travel was all shut down. And we were locked out of the embassy. And we were locked out of any military base. We had a cousin who was stationed at Yokota Air Force Base, and we were not allowed to go there either. And since the mail was all shut down, there was another thing going on with the mail at that time, some kind of an anthrax thing. All the mail was shut down for quite a while. So and I had an insurance company canceled me because of, couldn't get the, I don't know, we didn't get the payment, somehow didn't get the payment in time or whatever. Typical insurance thing. So that was a little weird feeling that you're locked out of your country, and we didn't have a reason to go back, but we might have had a reason to go back, but if we wanted to, there was no way to go back because everything was shut down, like for a month. And the base was shut down for much longer than that. So that was my experience with 9/11, and we were in a foreign country in Japan, and those people were very shocked. You could hear our neighbors talking about it. It was an incredible time. honestly, I didn't know. I was talking to my mother on the phone when my mom was still alive. It was like 10 or 11 o'clock at night in Japan at that time. You know, it was early in the morning. And I was talking to my mom, and I saw on NHK is a big Japanese TV station. And I was like watching this, and I was like, is this a movie? You know, because they were speaking in Japanese, and I wasn't really super fluent picking it all up, and I was like, looks like one of the towers is on fire. And then I was watching it live, and I saw the second plane fly into the tower, and I was like, what? I was like, this I don't think this is a movie. I think this is for real. I was talking to my mom, and she was like, oh, she didn't know what was going on. She wasn't paying. She didn't watch TV very much. Well, needless to say, I was up all night that night following this situation. I didn't get any sleep that night. Was up all night watched both towers go down, you know, in horror. So that was pretty bad, but yeah, sorry to bring all that up, but you know what? That's what today, 9/11, that's the memory we have, and it was a dark day. So hopefully never to see days like that again, but unfortunately in the world we live in, it's all too common. One of the 10 Commandments is thou shalt not kill, which actually says thou shalt not murder. Doesn't necessarily mean kill, it means murder. So let's not do that. So we are getting close to, I'm going to wrap this up on that. Move off of that subject for now, but we're getting close to Ogallala, Nebraska. That's probably where we're going to say good night. So now I'm getting some information here from the home base. Okay, so I asked David where he lives, and he has been trying to answer you for a very long time. Okay, sorry, David. Sorry. It's getting hard to see. Dad flew out of Newark that morning. Yep. David, I'll have to go back and find it. The writing's a little too small, and live just south of Denver. Okay, I got that, David. I see it now. And by the way, So when we lived before we moved to Japan, we lived in the Washington, D.C. area, Maryland. And Melanie worked at a mailboxes, etc. in Maryland, and there was some kind of connection. One of the terrorists, I think, had a box at that mailbox, etc., or something like that. That just came to my mind. Now here I had my lights off all this time. Gee. Way to go, John. So, Sheila? Is it Sheila? Sheila. It's either Sheila or Sheila. It looks like Sheila. Welcome to Storm Champion. Thank you for becoming a member. Welcome in. Appreciate that. Okay, so Freddie gifted. Thank you for becoming a member. I'm going to be ready for a break up here. Ogallala. Yeah, Candace, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good way to describe it. One thing that I like about the storm chasing is I feel like it brings a lot of us together from various parts of the country, various parts of the world, and we can come together and we can enjoy something that a lot of us find fascinating, and that is weather, severe weather, and all the structure. And sometimes it's pretty violent, the weather. It's very violent sometimes. But it's amazing stuff. And appreciate that. And it's great to have that in common with you guys. And that's why I try to bring the absolute best shot I can. It motivates me to bring the best looks I can possibly and experience, and to do it as safely as possible. There are risks involved in this. That's my goal with chasing, because I think the stuff's really fascinating as well. The sky paints some very beautiful pictures. I think this is where I exit off. guy's got his brights on. Traffic. Okay, I think we can go now. So there's a Wendy's. Maybe I'll just go to this Wendy's.
Hey, alert.
Let's see if I can find. Gosh, how do you get into this place here? This is not. That's a handicap spot. Okay.
Hey, alert.
Let's see. Looks like everything's pretty much on the downtrend, so let's see. Michael Brown, coffee break money. Thank you for that. Sorry I missed that a little while ago, but appreciate that. W's to Michael. Let's just. Melanie arrived at home.
KA, alert.
There we go. Get my. Yep, so good night to some of you. I know I'm going to go ahead and say release you guys back into the wild. Hope you enjoyed this stream tonight. I want to say a big thank you to the moderators and a W to them for their help. Yes, Joy. It could have either been Soulful Giggles, Paige, or Mason Harris, or Freddie. But yes, thank you to all those who gifted members tonight. Thank you to all those who gave super chats and super stickers. Let's see. Appreciate that very much, everyone. Great support. Thank you to all you viewers and new subscribers. So I hope you have a happy weekend. I'm going to do a quick quick look to see if there's anyone out there. Doesn't look like anyone that I'm following is live, so I just want to thank you very much tonight. And you guys have a safe rest of your weekend. Big W to the mod squad and everybody. So I'm going to say so long and good night, and hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you.